Hello.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bill Hernandez with RockBandReviews.com. How's it going, bro?
Hey, Bill. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I know we've been kind of going back and forth for a while, but thank you so much for taking the time to do a real quick phone interview.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'm just getting packed up. It's gonna head to the airport pretty soon here.
Nice, nice. Well, I tell you what, you're in for some really, really good weather. It's been sunny, 78 degrees every day. So you guys should have a blast while you're down here on Saturday.
Beautiful.
So it's been
It's kind of chilly here.
yeah, oh, I could imagine. Where you at right now?
I'm in San Jose.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. So it's been it's going on almost 2 years since I first met you when you guys did a show at the Dania Beach Casino here in Florida, and what a blast! I mean, it was a really, really great night, and the show went great, and we're really looking forward to seeing you as well as Fastball, Spin Doctors, Uncle Cracker this Saturday night at the 2K Music Fest at the Magic City Casino in Miami.
Yeah, all our old friends.
So you know a lot of these guys. I mean, I was talking to Miles from Fastball, and he didn't even know that you guys were on the bill, and he was like, "Man, I haven't seen him in a while, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys." So I mean, it should just be one great party with these four bands.
Yeah, it would be great. I think the last time we played with them was South by Southwest last year.
Uh huh.
Um, and that they're from Austin, so that's their turf. But I love Fastball. It's I think I really think they're America's most underrated band. There's just so many great songs.
Oh, most
And
definitely.
we're buddies with Uncle. We've toured with Uncle Cracker, and Matt's a good friend of Steve's, and we're all buddies with those guys too. So this will be fun.
So it's gonna be a good reunion then.
Yeah.
Now, can you kind of like look back and remember to when you were like a little kid and you kind of first got the music bug and what that was like?
Yeah. I when I was very young, I started by playing ukulele of all things. There was a friend of my dad's that lived in our block that was a guitar player, and I was interested in guitar, and he had a ukulele, and so he started teaching me ukulele, and then when I was around 11 or 12, I was very interested in the bass guitar, in electric bass guitar. I didn't want a six string. I wanted to play the bass.
Yeah.
I think because at that time in this mid 70s, and aging myself here, the bass was a very prominent instrument, especially like on the radio and stuff. And
Yeah.
I just gravitated towards the bass.
Now, you do backup vocals. You've also done lead because if I recall, the last time you were here in Dania, almost 2/3 through the show, Steve wasn't feeling well and had to walk off the stage, and you finished the rest of the show. So I mean, you got these
Yeah.
fantastic vocal chops too. That in that sense, a lot of people don't hear except in a situation like that, And after we talked, and he wasn't feeling well or whatever, but I mean, people noticed, of course, since he wasn't, at the mic anymore. But yet,
Yeah.
nobody really gave a shit, because they're like, man, here's Paul, man, and he's up there delivering the freaking songs just as good as anybody else. You know what I mean? So as a vocalist,
Well,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask
The
you, like,
show must go on.
oh, absolutely. It's not like you're gonna say, hey, this dude ain't feeling well, so you know what? Hell with you, we're leaving. So.
Yeah.
Now, as a vocalist, what do you do, if anything, to maintain your vocals while you're on tour?
Well, see, I've done that before. Steve's got and I've finished shows before. I think, as far as vocal goes, ever since I started playing in bands when I was a teenager, some bands I was in, I was the bass player. Some bands I was in, I was the bass player and the lead singer. Some bands I was in, I was the bass player and the backup singer. some bands I was in, I was just a lead singer. You know, I'm a bass player first and foremost, and depending on the situation, if I sing, I sing. If I don't, I don't. No big, you know what I mean? But
Sure.
I don't have as distinctive of a voice as Steve. Greg and I, you know, we when we were, you know, in our 20s and in our late teens, we played in cover bands a lot, where generally both of our cover bands, there were three pieces, like guitar, bass, and drums. So everyone has to sing. You know, I was just kind of used to doing that, and that's what I like about Smash Mouth is there's so much background vocals, there's so much singing. Like Greg and I are singing, you know, like 60-70% of the time.
Yeah.
And that's the way Steve wants it. So it's neat. It's kind of like, you know, more of you know, as much a vocal group, you know, as like, you know, an instrumental group. So, yeah, I enjoy singing, but, you know, I can take it or leave it.
I hear you. So, like, what's coming up for Smash Mouth? Any new material? Anything exciting going on? Reissues or anything?
Yeah, all kinds of neat things. We've been collaborating with Cool Keith and DMC from Run DMC, who's putting out a record, and we have a couple things on that. And now that Greg has returned to the fold, which is really good news, and Michael Urbano as well. So it's kind of the classic lineup is back.
Very nice.
And it's great to have them both back, and you know, especially Greg, because it's basically, you know, in a way, it's kind of more or less his band, since he wrote, you know, he wrote the lion's share of the material. You know, a good, you know, 90% of it or something. I get one or two a record, but you know, he's a songwriter.
Right.
So it's nice to have that, you know, as a friend, and just it's everything's right in the world now. You know, like, I mean, it's like the dynamic is back. You know.
Now with these guys coming back into the fold, do you guys go into rehearsal and everything just kind of clicks like you never missed a day, or do you really got to work hard at it?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Now, we had to rehearse quite a bit for just getting segments and everything, but Greg was utterly prepared, you know, and it's neat because I mean, those are his parts. He wrote everything. It's like, you know, and this is not to you know, discredit any of the guitar players that we, you know, that have been in Smash Mouth before, but no one can do it like Greg, because it's his music. He wrote it, you know.
Right, exactly.
And he's just he's a unique guitar player. He's a really neat guitar player in his. He knows when not to play, and he's got, you know, his own style, which is so hard these days to have a, you know, his own signature style.
Yeah.
Which it's just so tasty, and you know, and so yeah, and as a friend as well, it's good to have him back.
Yeah, I always.
But yeah, we had to rehearse quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine. No matter how seasoned you are and how well you know the material, you still got to get together and get everything really tight and sounding great and all that. So. I mean,
yeah, but you're right. It did fall into place quickly though, because he was prepared. You know.
Yeah. Now you're the founder of Smash Mouth, you know, and I consider you the anchor, because you're there from day one. You're going to be there till whatever day that is, you know, when Smash Mouth unfortunately may not be anymore. And yeah, you're just a great guy. Had a really good time with you guys after the show last time, and definitely looking forward to seeing you again. So I want to thank you again for taking time out to do this interview with us.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow night or Saturday. You know, we're playing Saturday as well.
Yeah, Saturday
in Miami.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll come back, and if you recall, I got you a Guns N' Roses shirt last time. I have something different for you, though.
I still have that. I was going to wear it.
Cool, man. I brought you something I think you'll like, so get ready to change your shirt on Saturday.
All right, cool. Thanks, Bill.